It's New Year's Eve, and the best way I can describe the Devereaux family reunion in Jamaica is, well, let me see. Can you imagine being black in the Hamptons, sprinkled with a hint of ghetto hood with an essence of bourgeois? Yeah, that would be us, the uppity hood Negroes. Our family was definitely about our business, though. The Devereaux empire massive. It consisted of the Devereaux real estate and brokerage firm and Devereaux attorney at law. These businesses were passed down to my mom and her siblings and built by my grandparents, Lola and Oliver. The turn-up was definitely real when we got together, especially when my sister and I would link up with our favorite cousins, Roman and Roland Fontaine. They were my Aunt Margaret's sons. Out of all of the siblings, she and Auntie London were by far my favorites. While one was like a big sister and best friend, the other was more like a second mom. Aunt Margaret loved hard, worked even harder, and she didn't take no shit either. This lady was very charismatic, and in business, Mrs. Fontaine was as shrewd as it gets. Simply put, she was the one that got shit done. Now my cousin Roman, the oldest of the two, was an ex-football player turned coach, and Roland, once a dancer and model, was now the pastor of Greater Macedonia Baptist Church in our hometown of Chicago. We would all arrive on the island with our significant others and close friends the day after Christmas, except for my Aunt Brooklyn and Uncle Eddie. They would come in a couple of days early to set up for our New Year's Eve gala so that they could enjoy some quality time alone at the family home. It was one of the many properties that our family owned that fell under the umbrella of what we called the Belglade Estates. This property in Jamaica was something to see. This mini mansion slept about 20 people. It had an indoor and outdoor kitchen and a beautiful rooftop pool that overlooked our private beach on the island. The perfect place for our yearly retreat. Growing up, we all lived in the same house on a street called Belt, like the family on Greenleaf, but on a much larger scale. Everyone had their own private quarters. As the family grew, my grandparents began purchasing the land around our house. They built other homes, which we now call the Belglade Estates, so we could eventually move out on our own while living in the same gated community. The gala had begun. This year, it was an all-white affair with gold accessories, elegantly deemed the White and Gold Experience. This particular year was also special because before we sat down to eat dinner, MY, Auntie Brooklyn, and Uncle Eddie celebrated their 10-year wedding anniversary with a vow renewal ceremony. After dinner, we would have our annual award ceremony honoring everyone who had accomplished great things, welcome our friends who were there for the very first time, and then have our legendary family talent show, which the Devereaux offspring would always win. Before the fireworks, my Aunt London, who is like my big little sister, gave us all miniature vision boards and homework to do on our way home. The assignment was write your vision and give birth to your dreams. She said that if you see it, then you can achieve it. I believed anything that woman told me because I knew her story. Let me let you in on one of our family secrets. My Auntie London only stood about 4'11", but she packed a mighty punch and a big-ass pistol. She was as dangerous as she was beautiful, and back in the day, she was attracted to gangsters, hustlers, and drug dealers. One gangster in particular, I'll call him Mr. B, because he was as big time as you could get. He moved more weight than anybody in the city of Chicago. She once told me that the first time she saw him, and I quote, "He came in the club drenched in all them damn diamonds and gold, sporting this midnight black floor-length mink coat." She said to herself, I had to have him, and that she was instantly attracted to him, and who he was. It wasn't like she needed the money. She was attracted to his power, his prestige, and the excitement of his lifestyle. But that power and excitement almost cost her everything, her family, and her life. Because, in the words of Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Considering everything she had been through, Auntie was very blessed. Both Granddaddy Devereaux and Mr. B were very powerful men, so one or the other would always rescue her from danger. Then one day, she walked away from it all, got clean and sober, and became not only one of the best attorneys at the firm, but in the city of Chicago. She had a way of making people believe in her, as did I. When I got on the flight home from our family vacation, I got right to it, working on ideas for my vision board. I popped in my earbuds, put on my favorite playlist, opened my computer, and started writing. I wrote down everything I wanted, from my career to wanting to be married again. As I was writing, I said to myself, God, who will my next husband? I didn't want to describe my type because God already knew that. And a voice spoke to me and said, Kingston J. I laughed and said, God, you play too much. I'm being serious. I repeated the question and heard the same still voice as clear in my head as I was talking to you. I dismissed it and went on to something else. After writing down my ideas, goals, and dreams, I closed my laptop and napped. As I departed from the plane and headed towards baggage claim, I heard a voice call out, Sunshine, sunshine, is that you? I damn near dropped all my shit because only one person ever called me that. Was who? You guessed it, Kingston, a.k.a. a king, or Big King, as his teammates called him. I laughed and said to myself, God, what are you up to? You play too much.